Good evening, everybody. Well, it's evening in the UK. It's 8 p.m. here in the UK. So wherever you are, whether you're just waking up, whether it's lunchtime, whether it's dinner time, Happy New Year. So let me just make sure that we're live and everything is as I desire it to be. And it looks like it is. So if you catch me live, let me know. #live. Catch me on a replay. Let me know. #replay. You've been on many of webinars lives before, so you know the routine, you know the expectations, and you know what to do. So I'm just going to literally wait 30 seconds, no more. I'm just going to give a little bit of time for anybody else to jump on here, or for anybody to jump on here to listen to what I want to share with them. That's going to share the quickest path to hitting 100K in coaching sales in 2023 using low-tech, high-touch strategies. So if that is something that appeals to you, then you're going to want to buckle your seatbelt, sit tight, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some tea, coffee, water, whatever your tipple is, and sit back and listen to what I want to share with you today inside the next potentially 40 minutes. Might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more. Who knows, right? Who knows? But roughly around about that time. So again, okay, so just 10 seconds and we're going to get started. So again, if you're catching me live, let me know. #live, catching this on a replay, #replay. If you've got any questions that comes up around anything of conversation that I'm talking about today, right? Just pop those questions inside the chat box. And if I do not get back to you straight away, then I will get back to answering those questions tomorrow morning once I start my day again. Who knows? Might be able to answer a few of those live as we get to the end of what I'd like to share with you guys. So let me just make sure that we're live. Yep, it's all looking good. Right, we're going to jump into this, right? We're going to jump into this. We're going to get started. So what I'm going to bring to you today is the quickest path to hitting 100K in coaching sales in 2023. So first and foremost, right, if you have a goal to hit something of equivalent to that, right, and that's interesting to you, then let me know underneath in this live, right? Let me know if that is your goal, or let me know if you've got another goal, right? And the goal that we're looking for is cash generated sales, right? We're here to talk about sales because at the end of the day, you are a business owner. Yes, you're a coach, but at the end of the day, you're a business owner. And if your business doesn't turn over profit, generate revenue, collect cash, then unfortunately, it's not going to be long before you need a plan B. And that plan B potentially is to get a job, right? And I'm sure you do not want that for yourself, and I don't want that for you either. So let's dive into what I'm going to talk about today. So the quickest path to hitting 100K in coaching sales in 2023. Now, what I'm going to share with you tonight is like how you can generate high-end sales using low-tech, high-touch strategies. So this goal, right, my goal is to teach you what is working today for me, for our clients, into attracting committed clients. Clients will see you as an expert, clients that are ready to get started and they're willing to invest, and they're willing to invest large chunks of cash to work with you. Right? If that sounds exciting, if that sounds totally different to what you're experiencing right now, let me know. Okay, so what I'm about to share with you is the foundations to your success in 2023. Now, for majority of people, I know this is the new year and everybody's excited, everybody's feeling refreshed, everybody's like all guns going, everybody's like, I'm going to get out of the gate fast. And I know a lot of people are going to be hitting the ground running. And I know a lot of you guys don't know exactly know what you're doing, but you're just like throwing spaghetti at the walls. Like, if I just do something, something's going to work and something's going to bring clients in and something's going to be able to generate me cash. Some of you are already lost because you were lost prior to Christmas, right? Prior to the break. So I know a lot of you are already lost. You're already feeling the pressure because you know that what you were doing wasn't working. If you continue to do that, who's to say that's going to work this year? So my goal for you is to not only start strong, meaning you know what you're doing, right? But it's also finishing strong as well. It's also finishing strong as well. Because I know the majority of people, they start strong and with the right intention that they're going to make this work, they're going to make this happen, and this year is going to be totally different to every other year, right? But unfortunately, life gets in the way, things don't work, and things are breaking all the time, and you lose momentum, right? So that's not finishing strong. So I want you to finish strong. So here's what I want you to know, right? So I know about you that I know that you're amazing at what you do, right? You've mastered your craft, your genius, which is like what I call your magic. And you're the best at what you do, right? And your clients love you for that. You are the best at what you do and your clients love you for it. But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. And the problem is that clients aren't just lining up outside your door. They're not beating down your door to work with you. Despite you being the best that you are at what you do, clients just are not beating down the door to work with you. And because of this, right, that's why you're here today. That's why you're here today. If clients were beating down your door, wanting to work with you and giving you money, throwing the right type of money at you that you wanted, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be here. And if you're catching this on replay, you wouldn't be watching this on a replay, right? So because of this, you feel as though like you are the best kept secret. You feel as though you're the best kept secret. And because of that, and because nobody else is beating your door down and nobody else is like asking to work with you and your inbox is empty, and nobody's filling out your Calendly forms to book calls with you, right? You're in a situation in business where you're prepared to just take anybody on board. You're prepared just to take anybody on board. Which means that you're going to discount your prices, even if it means you're diminishing everything that you do, everything that you stand for. And we call these non-ideal clients, right? And even some of them, right, are monster clients, unfortunately, right? Because they can make your life a living nightmare. And I know that because I've experienced that. And I know that because I've had so many coaches tell me the same thing. Because they committed clients, the ideal clients are not reaching out to them. They're just willing to take anybody on board because they need the money, they need the cash, they need the influx of cash. Yet when those people come on board, they're not that ideal dream clients, right? They don't value you. They don't show up on calls on time. They're not committed to hitting their goals. And, you know, they never finish the program, or they never finish the course, or the ghost coaching sessions, right? They go in hiding and you can't find them, never to appear again. Raise your hand if you've experienced this. Raise your hand if, like, yeah, totally. If you get it, right? If you felt it. And whilst it's not your fault that they've disappeared and they've gone into hiding, right? You do question yourself. You do question your capabilities, right? Which then you start doubting yourself, thinking, what could I have done differently? How could I have made it a better experience? Right? And I'm here to tell you that it's not your fault. There's nothing that you could have done any differently. The problem is that you just attracted and enrolled the wrong type of clients. Right? They typically do what they do in all walks or all areas of life, right? And they did the same thing when they came to you. So don't expect any different from them, right? But don't put the burden on your shoulders that you are not a good coach and you should have done something differently. And next time you're going to do something different. The thing that you should do next time that's different, right, is just make sure that you enroll committed clients and you repel the people that are going to be nightmare clients, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So here's what I want you to pick up, right? From everything I'm laying down here, right? It doesn't have to be this way. Seriously, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be this way. So whatever your experiences in the past, it doesn't have to be this way. And this is what I'm going to share with you today, right? So again, as I said earlier, unbuckle your seatbelts and let's get into this. So again, this is what I know about you, right? This is what I know about you. You are a leader, right? And you've got some crazy, big, scary, kick-ass goals to hit this year. So maybe you want to hit your first 10K month, right? maybe you want to hit your first 100K a month. Maybe you've already hit your first 100K a month, but you did it on like a wing and a prayer. You really didn't have a structured strategy or process to actually get that. And you want to make sure that your second 100K is more dialed in and you know exactly what you want to do, when you need to do it, and you have a proper process and strategies in place to make that happen. But I get that you've got some big goals, right? And I love you for that, right? And you want to provide the best for your family, for your loved ones, and you want to build something big. You want to build something big. But you also want to shape the way for others to follow as well, right? And potentially you also want to be the first millionaire within your family, which is breaking your money blueprints, right, of typically what your family's done over generations and generations and generations. And you want to be the first millionaire to actually break that, first person to break that pattern and to earn some amazing money, stack some cash, create some wealth, and create a legacy for yourself. So let's get into this, right? Let's get into this. Now, I've got 4 things, right? 4, shall we say, elements or key elements or shifts I'm going to share with you. I'm not really titled them. But before I get into that, I think it's important that I quickly outline like one of the biggest, if not the biggest mistake, the biggest costly mistake that keeps a lot of coaches broke. I think if I bring shine light on that first, then the stages that I'm going to share with you later on, right, will make sense. It'll make logical sense to you, and it'll tie it all together. So the biggest mistake that I see a lot of coaches make, and you've potentially done this as well, I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't done this, right, is that you're building your business in the wrong order of sequence. I'll say that again. I'll say it slowly. You're building their business, you're building your business in the wrong order of sequence. So let me explain, right? So there's 4 phases to building a business. 4 phases to building a business. And before I move on, I'm just going to have a quick drink. So there's 4 phases to building, put my teeth in, a business. I'm going to quickly share these 4 phases with you. So phase 1 is where you build it. That's the build it phase. Phase 2 is the grow it phase. Phase 3 is the run it phase. And phase 4 is the scale it phase, right? So if we say like phase 1, the build it phase is from 0 to 10K a month, even to push like 20, 30K really, right? Meaning that you can build your business, just you by yourself solely, right? With the principles and everything I'm going to outlay later on in this training, right? And you can build your business from 0 to 10K to 20 to 30K a month just by yourself in the building phase, right? Then you've got the phase 2, which is the growing phase. And this phase, you can typically like take your business from 20 to 50K or maybe 30 to 60K. Then you got the phase 3, which is a running phase, which is typically taking your business from 50 to 100K or maybe 200K. And then you got phase 4, which is the scaling phase, which you're taking your business up and beyond the 200K a month in cash collected, right? What you need to understand is there is 4 phases. And most coaches are trying to scale the business, which is phase 4, before they actually build the business, which is phase 1, right? Or they're trying to automate the business or the marketing, right? Even before they've validated the offer, the price, the message, the market, the target audience, all right? The model, the sequence, the pathway. So you can't run before you can walk, right? That's obvious. You've used that before. And the same applies when it comes to building your business. But this is the most costly, biggest mistakes I see coaches making today, right? Because what they're doing is they're trying to if their business is not a 10K a month right now, right? Your business is not a 10K a month right now, right? But they're trying to build webinars. You're trying to write email marketing sequences, run ads, or like be an Amazon bestseller or thinking that that's going to like explode your business. Create low ticket front end offers or create podcasts or do JVs or build email marketing lists or bring new team members on board or even trying to build a landing page, right? They're trying to do all this complicated automated stuff and the business isn't even at 10K a month yet. The business hasn't even been built yet, but you're trying to like solve a 10K problem with a $200,000 a month strategy. Can you see how there's a disconnect? Can you see how it doesn't make sense? Can you see how it's just not logical, right? And this is like the biggest costly mistake that a lot of coaches are having. And it's not your fault. And I say this with honesty because the marketplace as a whole, right, other people in the industry are trying to sell you that all you need is this webinar and all you need is to write a book or all you need is the podcast. All you need is this blueprint, right? But it doesn't work that way. If your business isn't at 10K a month yet, the last thing that you want to be doing is trying to build out a webinar because you've not even validated your marketing message yet you're trying to build a 45-minute webinar that's full of material, right, that you've not even proved that it works. That makes sense, right? Logistically, logically, it doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, all these things work. I am not like discriminating or saying that they don't work. They work, right? And they work beautifully if you're at that phase within inside your business. Does that make sense? Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if this makes sense. And let me just say this as well, right? Right? Landing pages are cool, right? I love landing pages. But right now, right, you don't need a landing page to be able to sell your offer, right? You need to be able to sell your offer. And that means that right now, right, you are your landing page. You are your landing page, right? Does that make sense? You need to be able to sell effortlessly, religiously, your offer, your coaching offer. So I hope you're picking up what I'm laying down here because I'm dropping a lot of golden nuggets that I know is just going to be super valuable for you. And the reason why I know that is because this is the type of stuff that I use for my business. In fact, this is the stuff that I use on my business. And this is the stuff that I teach clients. And this is what we do inside the Six-Figure Coach program that we put clients through. So I'm not teaching you anything different to what I do to what my clients do, okay? So again, all these things work, but they work in the correct order of sequence. Yeah, that makes sense. So again, you can't solve a 10K month problem with a $200,000 month strategy. Other people are trying to tell you that, other people, right? But if you look at, like, for example, you might see a guru in your industry, an influencer in your industry that's got a, shall we say, for example, a webinar, right? And a back-end sequence. And so you might think, well, that's what I need because that's what they use. But that's what they use because that's where they are. They're in phase 4, right? They didn't use that when they first started. They did not use that when they first started. But they'll not tell you that. They'll not tell you that, right? It just doesn't work, right? So there's a logical sequential, there's a logical sequential order sequence that you must follow to build your business, right? So the first thing you need to do to be focusing on is profit first. The first thing that you need to be focusing on above and beyond anything else inside your business is generating profit. Why do you think majority of businesses go out to fail? I think it's 9 out of 10 new startups fail. 20% of businesses fail in the first year. I can't remember the other statistics, right? But the biggest reason why majority of businesses fail, right, in such a short period of time is because they couldn't generate cash flow, right? They didn't have enough profits. So you need profits, right? You need cash flow and you need it now. But you need to be able to inject large sums of cash into your business, because that's going to be able to help you to protect your dreams, right? Large chunks of cash more frequently, right, is going to allow you to keep the roof over your head. It's going to take you from survival to thrive mode, right? It's going to allow you to have peace of mind that you know how to sell coaching, and you know how to generate profit, and you know how to bring cash in, large chunks of cash, right? Would you agree with me? Would you agree with me? Oh, I cannot drink it with the top on, can I? So this is where we're going to get into what you need, right? I'm going to walk you through the quickest path to hitting your first or second 100K in sales in 2023. So how to bring in 6 figures fast into your business using low-tech, high-touch strategies. Are you ready? Cool. So let me just quickly refresh here. See who's hanging around, see who's anybody's got any questions, and no questions just yet. So we're going to swiftly move into this. So uno, right? Number 1, right? Sell one offer. Hear me out here, right? Sell one offer. I see so many guys, so many coaches, right, who are overcomplicating business because they're offering or they're selling far too many things, right? They're trying to solve too many problems for too many different people, and they have too many offers, too many coaches, too many courses, too many programs, different programs, different levels, right? They're upselling, downselling, cross-selling, $47 here, $67 here, $297, $497, $997. You know where I'm going, right? You know where I'm going because that's what you're doing. And you're hoping that one day, right, eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, you get people up this ascension ladder to hopefully they're going to wanting to throw $1,097 a year, right, to join your higher level program. And if you've gone higher, that's like when you're really crossing everything to hope that they get into that program, right? Here's the problem. Your offer is confusing. Your business model is way too complex. Right? Everything in what you do is not only confusing to the world, but it's also confusing to you. Right? Your marketing is all over the place. You're in different marketplaces. You've got different marketing messages. Right? It doesn't make sense what you do. People are confused in what you do. And because you don't know what you do, right, the world's confused. And if the world's confused, guess what? Nobody's ever going to buy from you, because if a confused person doesn't buy, a confused person, right, doesn't buy. Understand this. It's not their job to work it out. Right? A lot of coaches struggle to articulate what it is they do. Right? And they say, well, I'm a coach, right? It's obvious. Isn't it obvious what I do? Right? Don't people know what coaches do? No, they don't. It's not obvious, right? And it's not for them to figure it out. It's up to you to understand what it is you do and be able to articulate what you do in a way that's effortless for you, and it's effortless for them to understand what you do. So they get what you do, they understand what you do, and they can then actually make a decision if they actually want to step one closer towards you to actually work with you, right? So it's not up to the world to work it out. It's up to you to understand what it is you're doing and be able to articulate it to the world. So what we do, right, what we do differently is that our clients sell one offer, right? Likewise with me. I have got one offer. I've got 2 levels to that offer, but ultimately I've just got the one offer. I've just got the one offer. And what does this mean, right? Well, this means that my business is lean. It means that my business is easy to run, right? And it's simple to manage and to grow. And this is what I call the power of one framework, right? I'm going to break this down for you now. You can take notes of what I'm sharing here, right? And go and simplify your offer. Go and simplify your offer, right? And you will thank me for it. You will truly thank me for it. So, right, one offer. This one offer, right, solves one big kick-ass problem for your clients. Right, one offer that solves one big ass kick problem, and it delivers like one result. It just delivers the biggest result that your client desires. That's essentially what the offer does, right? It solves one big problem and it delivers one big result. Simple, right? Simple, no confusion, no confusion. And this attracts what we call the 10K client, right? So one client, not everyone, because we're only now solving one problem for one person and we're delivering one result. Make sense? Okay. You see already our business is already simple. Right? There's no complexity here whatsoever, right? Simplicity is the best always. So we've got one offer, right? Solves one problem, deliver one result for one 10K client, for one eye-level client, right? We've got one business model. We're operating in one marketplace. We've got one marketing message, right? So we don't have all these different marketing messages for all these different people, because what that does, that dilutes your marketing message. And again, it creates confusion, as I mentioned earlier on, right? We've got one price point that we're selling it at. Now, you can have one price point. If you've got two levels at the offer, then you can have two different price points, right? You got one delivery mechanism. So I'm just quickly, that's the power of one framework. And we teach that to our clients. My business is built on that model. So we've got one offer, one client, one model, one marketplace, one marketing message, one price point, and one delivery mechanism. There's no confusion, right? We've eliminated confusion. We've eliminated the risk of creating confusion to the marketplace and us being confused as business owners, right? And obviously, we're also eliminating risk of failure, risk of getting out there into the marketplace and not being able to generate leads, book calls, make sales, and get clients. Makes sense. Simplicity at its best. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. And you probably heard that before, right? You've probably heard that before. Simplicity scales and complexity fails. So that's number one, right? Sell one offer. Number two, let's dive into this, right? I want you to raise your rates. I want you to raise your rates. This is the fastest way to you hitting 100K sales this year. Right? And an example, right? Example, you can sell your offer, right, at $1,000. You sell your offer at $1,000. How many clients do you need at $1,000 to 100K this year? It's easy math, right? You need 100 clients. But what comes with trying to enroll 100 clients into your business this year? Right? Well, potentially it's doable. Absolutely, it's doable. But like, you know, do you want to create overwhelm? Do you want to create stress? Do you want to create frustration? Do you want to be like working, sat behind your computer like 12 hours a day? Do you really? Right? There's easier ways to get that. There's easier ways to get there. There's easier ways to hit that number, right? The amount of leads you need to generate in order to close 100 new clients this year is going to be potentially more than you can manage. The amount of marketing that you need, leads, calls, right, is going to be more than you can manage. I'm not saying it's not doable, but you know, it's probably potentially way, way, way too much work. And whilst I love working, if there's a quicker, faster, easier way to get there, then again, doesn't it make sense to go the easy route? Now, I'm not always into easy like ways, easy paths, but come on, right? So let's have a look at another way, right? Well, 10 clients at 10K is also 100K, right? So that's like so doable. That's so doable. And as I'm explaining this to you, what I want you to visualize is just how close you are, right, to you actually making that a possibility for you this year. Right? Because let me ask you a question. Can you enroll 10 clients this year? Just 10 clients. All you have to do now is just like understand or learn the right strategy in order to attract those potential clients, right? And close those clients. So if you now look at this, right, I've actually just shortened the time frame, right? I've closed the gap from where you are, potentially less than 10K a month. You tell me, I'm not too sure, right? But that is like everybody that's inside this community is potentially people who want to hit 100K. So from where you are to hitting this number, right? I've just reduced the time frame. I've just collapsed the time frame to you hitting that. So that means, right, that you're actually closer to hitting 100K in coaching sales than you realize, than you expected. Right now, I know for some that's just like, wow. And I always say that to people, right? You are closer than you think. You are closer than you think. Let's have a look at another example, right? Well, 4 clients at 25K and you've done 100K in sales. Or 5 clients at 20K and you've done 100K in sales. Could you enroll 5 clients? If you had the right strategy, the right skill sets, and the right systems in place that allowed you to do that, right? Do you believe you could do that? Do you think you could enroll just 5 clients throughout the duration of 2023? I know you could. Because my clients have done it, and I've done it time and time again, and I know that you could do it too. So this is going to trigger a few of you, right? This is going to trigger a few of you, right? Because understand this, because right now you might be thinking in your head, well, Andy, it's going to be hard to close people at a 25K offer, or it's going to be hard to close people at a 12K offer, or damn, it's going to be hard to close people at a 10K offer, or I've never closed anybody at a 5K offer, right? So you'll not get what I'm about to tell you right now, and it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because I'm going to like debunk a belief that potentially has held you back, right? To playing small and charging low tickets. It's easier, right, to sell a premium product than it is a low ticket product. It's easier to sell a premium product like 5K or 10K and above, and I've done it many, many, many times before, right, than it is at a low ticket offer. So like $47 or a couple $100 or $500. Why is that? Right? It's because of who you're selling to. It's because of who you are selling to. Let me know if what I'm talking about makes sense to you, and let me know if like you're really digging this and you're liking what I'm bringing to the table. So let me explain, right? Committed clients, people that are serious, that are hungry, that are committed, right? They understand in order for them to get the results that they desire, right? They need, for them to get the outcome that they desire, right? They need to play a bigger game. They need to have more skin in the game, which means in order for them to play a bigger game, for them to have bigger results, for them to have skin in the game means that they need to invest. And they know that. And the reason why they know that is because they've already invested at a low ticket level, right? They've already invested at a low ticket level. And they know that that doesn't work for them. It might work for others, right? But it doesn't work for them. So now the marketplace is divided, right? It's divided into people that want the low ticket offers, which is cool, right? You want it, go get it. There's plenty of people out there, they're selling them at that level, right? But there's people in the marketplace that understand that that's not where they want to be. They've gone down that road. It's not working for them. It hasn't worked for them. They've invested and they've done it over and over and over and over again. They've never got the results that they desire. So they understand in order for them to get the real results, right? The longevity results, if they really want that transformation, then they need to invest. They need to invest. And committed clients are ready to invest. Committed clients are ready to invest, right? Understand this, all right? This is the thing that you need to be aware of. This is the thing that you need to be aware of, and this is what I'm shine light on inside number 2 of raising your rates, right? Committed clients are repelled by low ticket offers. Because as I said earlier on, they've been down that road, right? They know that it doesn't work, right? So cheap ticket, low ticket offers, right, screams out to them, excuse me, screams out to them, cheap solution, right? Cheap solution. It says a lot about the coach. It potentially says about the coach, well, I am really not too confident in what I'm selling. It speaks to the client, right? Part strategy and not full solution. Yet when you go with a higher ticket model, right, it screams to them that you are confident, certainty in what you do and how you do it, right? It screams to them that you've just not got like past strategy, but you've got the full shebang. You've got the full solution. You're going to take them from where they are to where they desire to be. And for once in their life, they're going to have the results that they desire. You're going to help them to step up, to play a bigger game, right? To show up, to be more committed. So just understand that there's a lot of psychology in pricing. Right? So that's number 2. Excuse me. Now let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is simple, right? Again, we're keeping it simple. And this is what we do, right? This is our clients generating results, right? Number 3 is making offers every day. Making offers every day. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time that you actually made an offer, either 1, to the marketplace, or 2, to a prospect or a potential client? When was the last time you made an offer? If you're catching this on replay, let me know underneath. When was the last time that you made an offer? Let me ask you a question. How many offers have you made today? 1, 2, 3, 0. How many offers did you make yesterday? How many offers have you made so far this year? We're only on the 5th of January today, so over the last 5 days, right? How many offers did you make in December? How many offers did you make in November? Here's what I know about coaches, right? Majority of coaches, they're not making offers. And they're not making offers as often as they should be making offers if they are making offers. If you're not making offers to the marketplace, how can you expect the marketplace to know that you're in business, know that you're open for business, know that you're accepting clients, and you're looking to work with them, right? You can't expect them to know. If you don't make offers, right, other people in your marketplace are going to be making offers, and they're going to be going to other people in the marketplace and spending money with other people. In order for you to be able to start generating sales, you need to start making offers, right? And it sounds simple, I know, but it is. It really is as simple as that. There's no magic in making offers, right? Seriously, there's no magic in making offers. The more of those who make the most offers generate the most sales. And those who make the most offers the quickest make the sales the fastest. Does that make sense? Right? Let me know, just again, if you like what I'm sharing, if what I'm shining light on, right? What I'm bringing to the table. This is all we do. This is all we do. Yet what I tend to find is that majority of coaches, right, they're looking for complexity. They're thinking in order to have success, things need to be complex. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. But if you fall into that trap, that's what's hindering you. That's what's keeping you stuck. That's what's keeping you broke. Right? That's stopping you from bringing clients on board. We keep business so simple. So number 3, right? Making offers every day. So this is our client acquisition strategy, right? It's simple. It really, really is simple. And remember, right? This is why I told you what the biggest mistake is in the beginning, because this all really ties in together, right? Because I said like phase 1 is all about like going from 0 to 10, maybe 0 to 20K a month, right? And this is what you do, right? This is what we do, right? In phase 1. And in phase 2, right, there's not much different in phase 2, but in the phase 2, maybe you've got a little better structured systems in place to create a little bit of leverage, but not much, right? In phase 1, you're in the trenches, right? You're figuring out what works, what doesn't work. You're validating your marketplace. You're validating your offer. You're validating everything that you do that's going to get results, right? Mary came to me last year and she got an amazing audience on LinkedIn. LinkedIn strategy wasn't working. Jumped into our program, and within her first, or just less than 30 days, sorry, less than 50 days, well, less than 30 days, if I remember correctly, she did 24K in sales. She was selling a $12,000 offer right through Facebook using exactly what I'm sharing with you here today inside this training, in this live. Exactly what I'm bringing today, no different. And this is the exact same strategy that all my other clients, right, are generating results for. If you jump inside the group and go into the guides, you'll see all their success screenshots and testimonials there. And this is what I used, right, years ago. And it's like not time sensitive, right? This works all the time because it's basic fundamental principles of marketing, sales, and business. So this is what took me from, again, broke to within 12 weeks of generating £6,000-7,000 of new business. Nothing different, exactly the same. And this was quite a few years ago now, right? So everything that we do is organic, which means free marketing, right? Which means that it's like you're not paying for ads. And if you're less than 10K, in fact, if you're less than 50K, you shouldn't be really investing in ads because, again, nothing's validated. And this is another like big costly mistake that a lot of coaches do. They think, okay, well, this isn't working, so I'm going to invest in ads. But all ads do is just amplifies what isn't already working. So like they expect that Facebook ads is just going to be like the magic pill, the magic potion that just turns it all around magically. And it doesn't work that way, right? You can't expect it to work that way. That's just a platform. It's just another way of creating mass exposure. So what we do is free marketing strategies, which is obviously, again, it's not paid as, right? And we focus on what works in phase 1, right? So you can get to a level where you're just constantly hitting that 10K a month, not dipping, right? Or having the roller coaster ride where you got a month coming in, or like cash coming in 1 month and then it depletes the next month. And then you've got tumbleweeds for 3 months, right? You implement what works and you understand what works, understand what you need to do to hit that target every single month. Hit that target every single month, right? So let's run through this. So our client acquisition strategy is simple, right? Again, we're keeping everything simple because that's what you need, right? First thing is power content. Second thing is targeted traffic. The third thing is sales, right? And obviously this is from a 30,000 foot viewpoint, right? This is from a 30,000 foot viewpoint, but these are the stepping stones, right? These are the pillars in phase 1 that helps our clients generate sales. So power content, targeted traffic, and sales. So let's just quickly like talk about each of these pillars. Power content, right? It's important that you understand your target market, right? Better than they understand themselves. Understand your target market better than they understand themselves, right? They say that if you want to attract committed quality clients, right, they need to feel understood. And the only way that they're going to feel understood, right, and be attracted to you is if you know them better than they know themselves. Does that make sense? So once you understand like everything that you need to know about your target market, like the secrets, the challenges, the things that keeps them awake at night, their like secret inhibitions that they've never shared with anybody else, the major struggles that they've never shared with anybody else, the thoughts that's happening in their head that they've never had a conversation with anybody else, right? You need to know all of this. And it's really easy to understand that when you know how to extract that either from the marketplace or just from what you already understand. And then it's taking all this information that you understand, right, and implementing it into content, which is what we call power content. And the reason why we call it power content is because it's that powerful, right? If somebody's on Facebook and they're scrolling their thumb on the mobile phone and they come across your post or a video or a live or whatever, right, it stops them dead in the tracks because it's powerful, because it speaks directly to them. It speaks directly to them, right? They can't avoid it. They don't want to move past it. And they have to open it up and they have to read it, right? This is power content. And I find a lot of coaches are creating content for the sake of creating content, and they're not creating content that's designed, engineered, and structured in order to, one, repel the people that you don't want to attract and attract the people that you do want to attract, right? So that's what we do inside power content. And we have calendars, we have sequences, we have an expert positioning sequence, which is a 12-day content sequence, and then we have a 12-day promo sequence that you can really just like plug yourself in, and depending on what marketplace you're in, you just need to adopt it to your marketing message. So that's like pillar number one, power content. And then pillar number two is targeted traffic. So you've got this content, right? So, well, what's the point in having content if nobody's consuming your content? What's the point in having content if nobody's consuming your content, right? It's just going to be creating content for the sake of creating content. That's a waste of time. So it's important that we have eyeballs on your content. So it's important that we understand how to and where to position our marketing message, our content, in front of the right eyeballs. Because if it's not in front of the right eyeballs, then again, it's just going to be a wasted message. And I know that your message that you want to share with the world is powerful, is motivating, is inspiring, it's empowering. So it's key, it's mission critical, right, that we get your marketing message in front of the right content. And we know how to do that organically. That's what clients do organically, right? To create viral exposure inside specific areas, inside groups, right, that blow up, that allows you to attract the right people that are empowered by your power content. And then from there, right, we direct them to booking a call where you can actually have sales conversations. Yeah. And in between all that is like, inside DMs, and you having conversations and you booking people on calls to have conversations with you. But here's the thing, right? Because everything is engineered through the power of one methodology that I shared earlier on, right? Because everything is engineered to stack the decks in your favor to win, right? We're not just throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? Opening, praying, and winging it, right? Thinking that something's going to stick eventually, right? Because everything is engineered from your offer to your marketplace to your marketing message. So you understand where to find your target audience. So when you position your marketing message in front of the right people, you attract the right people that want to have the conversations with you in DMs. There's a difference, right? I know a lot of people are scared of jumping inside DMs because they feel as though that they're either being like the pitching, or they're being a pest, or they're being a nuisance, or they're being salesy, or they're chasing. When you're attracting the right caliber of audience, right? It's not like that. It's a different playing field. You're playing a different game, right? But you also attract inbound leads as well, outbound and inbound leads, where you can actually then bring them onto calls and you can make offers, right? And you're doing, it's like what we call the flywheel, right? It's what they call the flywheel. This cog will not turn down here if these cogs are not turning up here, right? So we need to make sure that these cogs, all cogs are turning, right? It's like driving a car, right? You need to have the engine, you need to have the fuel, you need to have the steering wheel, you need to have the driver, right? If you don't, which one of those 4 things can you miss? Can you not not use? You can't. You need to have all 4 pillars working in order to move the car forward, right? And it's the same with this. We need the traffic, we need the content, we need the sales, and we need everything else in between that allows all these cogs to turn in order for you to book calls and get sales and then serve clients. Again, let me know if you're picking up one point down here. And if you've got any questions, let me know if you've got any questions around that. So here's the thing. If you're not focusing all your attention, your full divided attention, right, on any of these 3 key areas, right, your business is not moving forward. Your business is not moving forward. If you're not focusing on these 3 things each and every day, right, your business isn't moving forward. You're not booking calls, you're not making sales, you're not bringing people on board, you're not collecting cash. But if you do, right, you'll start creating momentum. You'll start creating momentum. Or if you're not, if you implement, if you've been taking copious notes and you implement what I'm walking you through now, right, and you start implementing this stuff, again, right, you're gonna know what to do, why you're doing it, and how to do it, what you need to be all focusing on. So by me just giving you this and laying it out in a simple way that's easy to understand, right, I've already eliminated the risk of you failing, right? Because I've already reduced you wasting time in other areas doing other things that's not going to work for you because that's not for you for where you are. Right, so I'm laying it out. I'm simplifying it. I'm simplifying business. I'm simplifying sales, which is huge. All right, let's ditch the confusion. Let's ditch the chaos, and just lean in on what you need to be focusing on right now to hit those 10K months or to get your first 100K in sales this year, 2023. Right, with me. So the last thing I'd like to share with you, right, and then we're going to be closing down because I'm over the 40 minutes, which I thought I might just be finishing on, right? Number 4 is you need to raise your game, right? You need to raise the bar in which the way that you're playing, in which the way that you're operating, right? Do you mind if I'm brutally honest? If I'm brutally honest, right? And I'm going to be, because that's the way that I roll. As a coach, as a mentor, right? I am not that type of coach or mentor that just tells you things what you want to hear, right? I'm the type of coach and mentor that tells you the things that you need to hear. And whilst that might rock the boat a little bit, right? That's what you need to hear in order to generate the results, right? So if you, let me just think about the way that I want to say this, right? Strategy alone isn't enough, right? So I've just laid down everything that you need, right? And that is what you need. But that's strategy, right? Strategy alone isn't enough for you to actually, right, hit that 100K month, or sorry, 100K a year, or 200K a year, or 10K a month, right? Strategy will actually only get you so far, right? Lean in on this. I want you to really understand this. I want you to embrace this, right? Because this is the thing that's going to allow you to finish the year strong. This is the thing that's going to allow you to use, because strategy is not everything. Strategy is only 5% or maybe 10% or even less than, right, success. What's going to get you over the finish line? What's going to allow you to generate the results that you desire, right? The results that you've been struggling with is who you be. Is who you be, right? Let that sink in. And let me just illustrate a point, right? Again, strategy is not everything, right? How many of you here, right, has tried to build a webinar because you saw other people building a webinar and it were working for them? Yeah, you built a webinar, but it didn't work for you. How many people like wrote an ebook thinking that this is what you need to do, and you've wrote it and you've got it out there because that's what they've done, yet it didn't work for you? How many people's like started Facebook ads because that's what they've told you to do because it's working for them, but you've done it, it's not working for you? Case closed, right? Strategy is not everything. Have you ever asked yourself, well, why has it worked for them, but it's not worked for me? How come they're generating results with it, but when I do it, and potentially it's the same or very similar, but it's not working for me? That's because strategy is not everything, right? They are who they need to be in order to make that happen. They are who they need to be in order to make that happen, right? Right now, if you're not at a 10, if you're not hitting 10K a month, right? Potentially what I've shared with you today is what you've heard before. Potentially you've heard some of this stuff before, yet you're like, well, it's not working for me, Andy. You've shared this and it's not working, so it must not work. That's not the case. Strategies work, right? But it's the person that's sitting behind the driving wheel, the steering wheel, right? It's the person that's driving the car. Seldom will any strategy or any business, right, overtake the business owner. You need to be the person, right, that can operate a 10-figure business. Because let me illustrate it this way, and I'm just going to have a drink. So right now, you might be in a place where sales come, sales go, right? You might be thinking, well, it's hard to get clients. You might be thinking, well, who's going to invest with me at like $10,000 or $20,000, or I could never sell a $5,000 offer, or who's going to part money with me? Why should they pay me when there's other people in the marketplace that they've been around longer than me, right? They're better than me. They've got bigger results than me. They've got a bigger audience than me. So why should they buy it from me, right? You might have a belief that getting clients is hard, generating sales is hard. You might have a belief that sales is hard. You might have a belief that I cannot sell, right? You might have a money blueprint problem. Here's the problem. Most people don't have strategy problems, or most people don't have business problems. Most coaches and people have personal problems that reflects on their business results. And I'll say that again, right? Most coaches don't have a business problem or a strategy problem, right? They have a personal problem that reflects on their business results, meaning that they've got all these negative thoughts, beliefs down here that's keeping them down here. And they might be implementing the strategies that I've just shared with you. You might be implementing those strategies, yet they're not working for you. They're not working for you, not because the strategy doesn't work, it's because you're not who you need to be in order to attract the right people, right? Your energy levels are not with the way you're not vibrating at the level, right, that's going to be attractive to the people that you want to attract. And this is not woo-woo stuff, right? And evidence is that if you've tried all this stuff and it's not working, and these are your self-doubts, yeah? So what you need to understand is, okay, so if I want to run and operate and build this year, right, an 100K business, or 10K a month business, it's the same, just like different ways of saying it. Who do I need to be? Who do I need to be? How do I need to believe? What do I need to believe? What do I need to believe about me? What do I need to believe about what I'm selling? What do I need to believe about money? What do I need to believe about my target market? What do I need to believe about my marketplace? Right? So somebody who's operating at a $10,000 a month business or greater, right? They know that actually getting clients is easy. They know that earning money is simple. They know that they can sell at 5K or 10K, right? They understand that all they have to do is just go through the processes, right? And they can generate leads, they can book calls, they can make sales, right? Their belief is that they can do this and they know how to do this and know what to do. They're confident in their approach. Two polar opposite sides. But it's who you need to be that's going to allow you to finish strong this year. So you need to raise your game. You need to play at a higher level, right? You need to be all in. You need to be fully committed, right? You need to change the way that you think about certain aspects of your business, of yourself. Beliefs that's keeping you stuck, right? So that's all I've got for you guys. That's all I've got for you. And we've just clocked on just over an hour, just over an hour. So I'm just going to do a quick recap, right? Number one, the biggest problem is the majority of coaches that are building the business in the wrong order of sequence, right? So make sure that wherever you are, right, that you fit in that right phase and that you only operate and grow your business for that phase. Yeah. And then we jumped into the 4 pillars, which was number one, right? Sell one offer, simplify business, right? Make it easy on yourself, make it easy for the marketplace. Number two, raise your rates, right? Remember, committed clients is ready to invest at a level that there's going to be like inject a lot of cash into your business, large chunks of cash into your business. They don't want to invest low ticket. Right? Low ticket repels those sophisticated top tier clients. Then number 3, we talked about making offers every day, simplifying marketing, simplifying sales, right? Focus on making offers every day. Even if it's just 1 offer a day, you're making offers every day. That's 7 offers a week or 5 offers a week, right? It depending on how often how many days you work, but make offers every day. You'll start closing more sales more often. Number 4, we talked about raising your game, right? Raising the bar, raising your level, raising your frequencies, becoming the person that you need to be in order to operate, run, grow, manage the business that you want to operate at. And for you to earn the money that you decide to earn in order for you to do the things that you love. So guys, that's all I've got for you. And I hope you've enjoyed like sitting through this. I hope you take copious notes because I have really like delivered a hell of a lot in such a short space of time. I've enjoyed showing up for you today. If you've got any questions, then just place those questions underneath here. I'll get back to you. It's going to be tomorrow now because it's clocking on 9 p.m. in the evening. If you want to, like, if you like what we've talked about today, if you like this structure, if you like what I've laid down, and it's like, you know, Andy, I'd like to have a conversation with you to see what it looks like to actually potentially jump in and hire you as a coach, as a mentor, to help me to facilitate what I need to do in order to generate results and to help you to hit the goals that you need to hit this year, right? And again, right, we do what needs to be done to actually generate the results, right? We're very results generated, shall we say, coach. I am that type of a coach, right? I am looking for results because that's what you want, right? There's no airy-fairy, fluffy stuff, right? We jump down to business. We get done what needs to get done when it needs to get done so we can generate the results. So if you want to have the conversation about, you know, potentially what that looks like, then somewhere either above or below this, I'll drop in my link so you can book in a conversation with me, and we can have that conversation. We can explore, the possibilities, and then we can move forward from there. So without further ado, I'm going to love you and leave you, and have an amazing rest of the day.